So hopefully I'm live now on all platforms. So I'm Colin, this is Respawning, and I'm going to be continuing my playthrough on Throne and Liberty. So for those of you who don't know, I am playing as a healer. I'm just realising that actually I forgot to open something. Which, you know, if you've watched me stream before, you know that's kind of the way that this goes. There we go. I've got mail. Battle Pass. Okay, so hopefully we're in a good place. Yep, teleport to my house, please. Right, I want salt. I want all the salt you can give me. Hey Maps, thank you for liking the video. I just realised I need my pop out there, because otherwise I lose track of everything. Right, let's see. Right, leaving. And we need to make sure that we pick up some other bits as well.
There's nothing we don't have. Enjoy your adventure.
Don't want to do you. Don't want to do that one. Don't want to do that one. The game name is Maps. So I'm playing Throne and Liberty. It's an MMO. They recently, it came out the other week. So far they've celebrated having around, it's like 3 million players in the first week. You can play it on Steam, you can play it on Xbox, and you can play it on PlayStation. And it's a free-to-play as well. So it's actually a pretty cool game for free-to-play.
How about taking on a contract?
Yeah, I'll take on a contract.
Greetings. Here are today's contracts.
That's all of our contract space.
Visit me whenever you need a
God has permitted a blessed rain.
But yeah, for free to play, it's actually pretty awesome. A lot of people get a little bit confused with it, thinking it's WoW, but that's just because you're kind of like a druid in a way, in that you morph into your mounts. So you've got a runny boy, you've got a swimmy boy, and you've got a glidey boy. I'm just not in the right position right now to show off the other two. The only thing I would say is, as I'm playing as a healer, just be a little bit patient with me. Things take a little bit of time for me to kill. But yeah, if you've never seen this before, one of the most impressive things about it is just the fast travel system that's in the game. So it feels like it happens instantly, and that there's no loading screens or anything like that. You just spend a couple seconds casting, you go woof, and then you go bam. That's that one done. Ooh, sand turtles, brilliant. So let's come back up on the road and follow it up to that. It is. There are some, like, sometimes it feels a little bit stiff to play, but again, I am playing as a healer. I'm playing as a healer that's using a bow as my secondary weapon, that is, and that's just so I've got some DPS. So it doesn't use like a traditional class system. So as you pick up different weapons, you can mix and match your weapons to effectively create your build. Yeah, it's definitely worth a try. Especially for an MMO that's... So, the only MMO that I've really played that had controller support was Final Fantasy XIV. And I love Final Fantasy XIV, but it still, everything feels quite slow to compensate for the fact that you are using a controller. But with this, you don't feel like that you're missing out because you're using a controller. For healing, maybe, but tanking and DPS, it just feels natural. When you pick it up. Yeah. The only thing that you need to get used to, I suppose, is that there's a lot of currencies in the game. So when you do dungeons, you end up having to use some of that currency to effectively be able to loot after you've defeated a boss. But you get more, it's either every 12 hours or every 24 hours. It's one or the other. But as soon as you get used to some of the systems in it, I mean, it is a Korean MMO. So as you start to get used to some of those systems, everything becomes like a whole world easier. Yeah, the whole being a healer, it does feel like you're taking this like it's very slow. So whenever I talk about this game, I'm always saying, oh, you know, you just take it slow, you kind of relax your way through it. There are times where it feels quite painful, but only in that I'm not killing things as rapidly as like some of the other classes that are available in the game. But as soon as you get into a dungeon, it's a good time. Because all you're doing is just keeping everyone alive, right? Which reminds me, I should probably donate to the guild as well today. Yeah, hey, thanks for liking the video. Oh, hey. Off. Oh, snap. How did I not realize? So, I'm also streaming on YouTube today. Now, what that actually means is, while I set TikTok up, I clearly didn't set it up properly. There we go. And now, we got a camera on TikTok. So it doesn't look as weird as it did a few moments ago. Tee-hee. See, now I'm shy because you can see me. Or anyone on YouTube, you could already see me. You sneaky bunch. As I just make sure everything's set up. There we go. Right, I was following the path, wasn't I? Do you know what? I can't believe I actually did that. I mean, who am I kidding? Yeah, I do believe I did that. We're almost up to teleport stone. So I've had this quest that I've been putting off now for what I feel like is a week. Hey, KD, thank you very much for the heart. So I've been putting off this quest where it happened, like a lot of the open quests. They happen on a schedule. So I keep logging in.
The Moonlight Oasis, located in the very center
dumbest
of the Moonlight
times.
Desert, was formed by the powerful archwizard Saul.
Hey, Deanna, thank you very much for the like.
In the past, the oasis drew in many tourists, but current visitors to the area are primarily interested in gathering moonlight scales from the nearby creatures.
It's definitely a gorgeous game still. Like, I still can't get over that, just how gorgeous this is. Okay, let's focus on these before I... So how are you today, KD?
Oh, I have to go to the Oasis.
And for the... Hey, Bold Stud, thanks for sharing the live. Oh wow, yeah, I'm going the complete wrong direction. Down we go. But at the very least, we've got a new teleport point. Something which I've probably been neglecting for the longest time now. Which on that note, because it is late and I am lazy, we're going to teleport. Off we go, down we go. Right, break a trap. So I feel like I'm definitely forever gonna always be focusing on one enemy and then accidentally pulling another. And also getting paralyzed. Itchy nose. Ugh. I swear I'm going to switch out my bow for a staff at some point. TJ, what level am I? I'm currently level 37. Bow and wand, yeah. Yeah, so I've gone for that. I don't like saying the word, but you know, one of the 3 meta healer builds. Because I feel like, as a healer, I need to kind of follow along with the norm. You might not be the right word. I've been moving a bit slowly, because I've been playing other things as well. So, I'm behind. But at the same time, I didn't play like the Korean version or anything like that. I didn't do... So like Arcade, I was on the Korean server, I was on the Russian server, and then I was like on the Western server, like pre and post their crazy de-Koreanifying of the game. As we just spin around in circles. Nicely done. So from world bosses, I haven't got any loot yet. But also with this character, I haven't actually done any world bosses. I did on my head start character. So get on that head start, and I was like, I'm just going to do as much as I can. But I was playing as a ranger. So great sword and bow and arrow. What? Is it bad that that's the part of, you know, unlocking the auction house that I'm looking forward to? The fact that there's probably going to be an opportunity that I don't have to pay for a battle pass and I can just sell in-game items. Nice. I got many drops that sold for 500 lucents. Nice. See, that's kind of what I'm going to be grinding for. I think once I've got to level 50, I will probably have a bit more. You know, I've leveled up my healing skills, not as far as I can go, but a decent amount on the way. I'll then start having like a DPS spec. Just so I can kind of do a few bits and pieces on my own, whether that's like grinding loot or different parties and stuff. Which, while we're here... and I'm going to be sneaky and I'm going to use the Guild Blessing. I have a staff and a bow for range DPS level 50, and now I've made another character to try another combo. See, that's fair. Like, I feel like in my mind, I kind of want to do like treat it like Final Fantasy 14, one character that does everything. I don't mind the idea of like grinding my way through. Now it's just about getting the world boss loot before others, so you can make some lucents out of it. Yeah, and now's probably the time to be doing that, right? So, crossbow and dagger, personally, I think looks sick. If it wasn't for the fact that my guild needed someone to be a healer, that would have been the way that I went. And that's like traditionally, I always go tank, because tank's like one of the main roles that you need. But I just felt like with the type of game that this is, it was going to be worse if I couldn't get, like, if no one else wanted to heal, right? And I've healed in other MMOs. Plus you want to get into a guild that runs world bosses, because guilds get 5 personal world boss. Yeah. So with that one, I've been running a guild with people that have kind of joined the game through discovering it through me. We started up a Discord server and everything like that. We're just kind of... It's like we're not taking it too seriously. We're pretty much just having a laugh and just taking the piss out of each other. And that's kind of what I want from a guild. Like, yeah, we're never going to be uber competitive. And I'm kind of cool with that. Well, yeah. Are you like rank 1 to the extent of, you know, channel hopped, so you've brought back a load of crazy stuff from different servers, or? What server am I on? I am on Justice. Because as soon as Justice came available, I just turned into Batman. I just constantly started shouting Justice for as long as I could. parrots up there. EU. I'm very British. It gets to a point where if I start hearing characters that sound too British, and I'm always streaming when I do this, I'm like, oh, they sound awfully British, don't they? Oh, yeah, so do I. Right, it's dumb. I think the last time I did it was Diablo 3. And I was like, oh, the Necromancer sounds awfully British. Hey, thank you very much for the roses. I always forget that's the sound that I have while I'm streaming. Right, where else are we going? Pretty sure. Right, yeah, I'm surprised at how good this game is as well. Okay, no, so I've done all my contracts. I like the fact that everyone can make the in-game currency. I mean... Hey, Upnan. It feels weird, I haven't said your name out loud yet. Hey buddy, how you doing? I'm in the EU as well, but Lightborn. Or how is it called with ranged DPS? I forgot the other. I'm in the UK. I mean, there's a great deal of like ranged DPS classes, right? Sticky, yeah, this is on console. So you can play this on Xbox, you can play this on PlayStation, and it's also on Steam, and they're all cross-play as well. So if you just downloaded it and wanted to get on the same server as me, you could get on there. And I feel like the actual controller support for the game is a lot better than what you would expect it to be, which I think just kind of adds to just how good the game is, if I'm honest. You can't change freely. You do need to get a transfer token. I do think everyone gets one for free though. I don't know how it is to play with a controller. It's so when I was playing as a ranger, I was using a controller. Which mount? My glidey one or my dashy one? So the dash was a part of one of the early access, like the head start packs. It's the same as the armor as well that you get. This one. So while they're not available now, you're probably going to find that they are going to circle back around. Nope, just running through you now. Yeah, I think they've done a great job. That's pretty much why I've taken the armor off. I mean, without a doubt, there's going to be different armor sets, right? I mean, the Halloween-y looking armor that they've already kind of showcased. Not armor, sorry, weapons. I think they look. Those new weapons look amazing. I mean, I also think the current weapons in the battle pass look pretty cool as well. Right, I feel like this is going to be that one time where I'm going to start getting lost, aren't I? Did you buy the precious blessing pouches? I did. I feel like I bought them a little bit too early. TJ, thank you very much. Thanks, man. Yeah, Elfin. I bought them just because I was like, I don't even know if they're still there, actually. Hey, cool. Thank you very much. saying that too early, I think that's kind of dumb for me to say as well, because they do reset. It's just because there are RNG pouches, right? That gives you a purple weapon, which is, I feel like getting to the heroic side early is a good thing, but it's just RNG, and it's effectively a free loot box, isn't it? Demon, trying to get purple armor is starting to stress me the fuck out. So with that, so you were about yesterday when I was saying about, you know, just going through your lithograph book, right? Like, I feel like that's at least the easiest / earliest way to start getting some of those upgrades. I mean, sure, you got dungeons and stuff. No, so yeah, so when I first went into it, when I first bought them, I thought I forgot that really there isn't like level requirements on gear. So the earlier you get them, the better, I suppose. But also you do it before reset, right? And yeah, level 50 dungeons as well. But I mean, if I was to make a complaint about the game, it would be that actually it's quite... Just doing the Chimera dungeon has been quite toxic. Right, I've had some real toxic runs of that. It's never because I can't heal people. It's because people aren't paying attention to the mechanics that are available to them. Right. I'm going to kill you because you're going to stop me having a chat. And that's going to upset me. Yeah, I mean, look, it's a game where, for some people, because of the console side, yeah, of course it's better to do it with Guild, but sometimes, like, that's just not really an option. You know, so I've left everything open. Yeah, so people can just kind of come in, they can join, they can leave, they can do what they want. And that's because right now I'm just kind of going through that whole, I'm just going to take a nice casual approach to leveling, and then I'll help other people.
I'll give you 100 mica for them.
But I think I'm also getting people that are primarily console players. So they're joining the guild because the game's telling you to join a guild. But they're then not paying attention necessarily to chat, like to guild chat, because like wow, pretty much every other MMO does a really good job of like presenting you with all your information, right? But this one kind of floods you. So unless you've gone in there and you've gone, I need to turn off being told the loot that I'm getting, that my party members are getting, that you lose sight of your chat very, very quickly. Right, so I need this. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. They do need to learn the game, but it's how you teach that. Because like even in, like early WoW days, where people could be absolute arseholes, but they would still try and help you. They would give you the opportunity to learn. That's why you need a guild that keeps on top of who's chatting and who's paying attention. Yeah. So like so far we got some pretty cool people. The dungeons are really easy, like genuinely, but it's like the fact that they could just learn online. Yeah, and that that button, the auto translation, is so awesome. Golem Mana Stone. Right, so it's not that I'm not paying attention to chat right now.
The description of the item and raise your sign if you intend to bid. I can't believe this is up for auction.
Thank you, TJ. Thank you for the follow.
The bidding begins at 10 mica. Those who wish to bid,
I'd like
10.
to bid.
Next up is 20. Any more?
I'd like
20.
to bid.
Any more? Any more? This is not something that comes along very often. 20! You're the winner! Okay,
This is mine now.
I've never seen anything like this before. It's definitely a must-have for any golem enthusiast. I hear it can even bring a dead golem back to life! And you'll get 2 of them!
I mean, that's got to be it, right?
The bidding begins at 10 Maker. Those who wish to bid, please raise your sign. 5 seconds left.
I'd
That's
like
10.
to bid.
Next up is 20. Any more? That's 20. Any more? Any more? This is not something that comes along very often. 20. You're the winner.
Darn.
There's a lot of
We
special
require some
stuff.
time to prepare for the next auction.
Congratulations, you've purchased a red fruit stone.
So it's not what I wanted.
I've never seen this before.
I think that's why people are so far ahead. If you know the mechanic. Yeah, so it could be. So absolutely, you could be absolutely right. It could just be that people have come from other MMOs.
It just looks like a minerals. Once again,
We require some time.
So they've come from the other MMO. They have a basic understanding of how MMOs are supposed to work and the roles that you're supposed to play. But really, we've also got in a situation where you've got players that are saying they're a tank, but they're not a tank. Do you know what I mean? And it's mad. Or because someone's got one heal, they're like, oh, I'm a healer because I can heal. Well, all DPS can heal, technically.
If you
Okay, it looks like we're all here. Let us begin. As we all know, we do not reveal the auction items. Please listen carefully to the description of the item and raise your
Yeah, because they're
sign if you
Templars.
intend to bid.
Or the Paladin build.
I can't believe this is up for auction. It's an ancient and venerable magic sword. It may be an exaggeration, but legend has it that this sword makes even the gods tremble. The bidding begins at 10 Maker. Those who wish to... That's 10. Next up is 20. Any more?
I'd
I-
like to
I've-
bid.
Any more?
I feel like I went for the one that was
5
obvious.
seconds left.
So I'm going to go for the one that isn't obvious this time. No, I failed it.
5 seconds left.
I'd
Okay,
like to
40.
bid.
Any more? Any more? This is not something that 50.
So you're telling me it's not this one?
there's a lot of
We
special
require some
stuff.
time to prepare for the next
'Cause-
auction. Please excuse us.
purchased the
Pick
ancient
up your
venerable
winnings
sword.
from the-
Although it's actually too still. Once again,
We
Yeah, okay, I'm a
require some
dumbass.
time to prepare for the next
It's alright.
auction. Please excuse us.
So I hear better when I can see. Yeah.
If you want,
Apparently they're bringing out tier 2 purple gear. Well, on the Korean server, they're on 3 tier right now, aren't they?
Okay, it looks like we're all here. Let us begin. As we all know, we do not reveal
Yeah,
the
yeah,
auction
like
items.
the Korean
Please
server's
listen
so much
carefully to the
further
description
ahead
of
than
the
us.
item and raise your sign
That's
if you
why there's
intend
so
to
much
bid.
chaos with the fact that people have
Next. Anyone
um,
interested in the perfect golem?
used their transfer
If
token
so,
to transfer
you'll
themselves
find
over
this
to the
item
Korean
quite
server
tempting.
and then bring stuff back. So like whole guilds have gone and done it.
An attractive golem that appeals
Yeah.
to everyone. I guarantee it. The bidding begins at 10 Maker.
So whichever whichever guild has done it, they're now just like rolling over everyone.
Any more? This
Right,
is
I'm just quickly turning my camera off. So thingy
10.
TikTok doesn't like vaping,
There was no okay. Next.
so I'm just
This is mine now.
From Fernan's treasure trove. You've heard that Fernan was one full of energy, right? It said that just touching this stone can bestow the energy of a golem, so he always kept it within arm's length to stroke. Your bidding begins at 10 Maker. Those who wish to bid, please raise your sign. 5 seconds left.
I'd
That's
like
10.
to bid.
Next up is 20. That's
I'd like to
20.
bid.
Any more? 30. Time is running out, friends. 5 seconds left.
I'd
40.
like to bid.
It'll be the maximum soon. 50. You're the winner.
Darn.
There's a lot of
We
special
require some
stuff.
time to prepare for the next auction. Please excuse
Congratulations, you've won the nose of the glorious Gollum. And it looks... I'm so curious. Once again, congratulations.
We require some time to prepare for the
I
next
don't.
auction. Please excuse us.
So it's not that I don't pay attention.
If you
I'm a good healer. That's all I'm. That's all I've got.
Okay, it looks like we're all here. Let
Oh,
us
don't go to the
begin.
door.
As we all know, we do not reveal the auction items. Please listen carefully to the description of the item and raise your sign if you intend to bid. Okay, next. This, my friends, is a precious item. It's an enormous concentrate made of magic. With it, you can
That's
craft
gotta be
a
it.
weapon beyond your
No.
imagination.
Yeah,
The bidding begins at
that's
10.
got to be it.
Those who wish to bid, please raise your sign. 5 seconds left.
I will answer you in
Got
just
it.
a second, Phoenix.
Next up is 20.
That's got to
Any
be it.
more? This is not some okay 20. If you haven't bid, you'd better do it while you can. 5 seconds left.
I'd
Oh,
like to
30.
bid.
Any more? 40. It'll be the maximum soon.
Oh wait, I've put it to 40, so someone's just gonna snipe me now, aren't they?
5 seconds left.
Don't you do it?
40. You're the winner.
Congratulations on your winning the Gollum Manas, the Gollum without once again.
There we go. I feel like the game just pitied me and gave me exactly what I wanted.
Please excuse us.
Phoenix. So I have an hour in the game so far, but just curious if it's got much to it. I mean, look. I mean, I think the story's really well done. I think the quality's there. I think the adventuring just in the game in itself is banging. I think it's definitely worth putting the time and the effort in, at the very least, just to get to end game. Like, I've been playing since early access. I've made a few accounts. Sorry, wrong word. I've made a few characters, so I have restarted a few times. But, like, personally, I genuinely enjoy this. I think it's been fun. It's a bit rough for me, but that's because I've gone as a healer. So that was kind of to be expected, right? But, you know, I like the game, I like the crafting system, I like the adventuring. The randomly... Hey, Phoenix, thank you very much for the follow. I could not get this game to load. What were you trying to play it on, Anne? PC. So what sort of PC? What sort of graphics cards do you have?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Jairus, yes, there's PvP. PvP is a big part of the game. So right now there is all the open world bosses. They are currently set to PvP. So not only are you then going to be trying to fight off the boss, you're going to be trying to fight off other people and other guilds. So this game can get mad. Yeah, I think the only other game that's I think the only other game that's going to compare for me, so I'm probably going to end up playing the New World stuff. Just because I played New World when it first came out. I really enjoyed it. And I was annoyed by some things, like you couldn't swim, so you would terminate your way at the bottom of a riverbed and then pop up the other side. That was just really dumb to me. Dan, have you ever played WoW? Yes, I haven't played the latest expansion. I think the last time I played it was... Oh, I made a dragon person. A Drakir? Draknir? Whatever they're called. So I haven't played the latest expansion. I'm excited to try the latest expansion, don't get me wrong. Do you know what? They're similar, but at the same time they're also night and day. When it comes to subscription stuff, like, WoW for me is that one where I kind of don't like paying a subscription for WoW because I never know what I'm going to get. Whereas Final Fantasy XIV, when I was like constantly playing Final Fantasy XIV, I knew what I was getting every 3 months. I knew what my money was going towards. But with WoW, I mean, that's how long it's been since I played WoW, right? So I don't know what their patch schedules are like or new content or anything like that. You played WoW when you were 6. WoW came out when I was 17 or 18, so we are worlds apart. At Diablo 4. So I want to play the Diablo expansion. But this month I spent my gaming budget on Dragon Ball Sparking. So it will probably be that I'm gonna pick up next month. It's either gonna be Diablo for me, or it's gonna be the new JRPG from the people who made Diablo. Not Diablo. Goddamn. Persona. Because that game looks fantastic, and I will be streaming that on TikTok and on YouTube. I mean, it is good. I think if you would have a lot more fun if you were to go for a DPS or a tanky class. I think I would have more fun if I went for a DPS or a tanky class, but... And Path of Exile 2 does look banging. Like, that and Diablo look... Cry. Worlds apart. But that's always been the case. That's what Path of Exile is out to do. The DLC does look good. I think I would probably end up making the new class. I'm in that camp of I'm actually upset that they don't have Paladin or Crusader. Blizzard just make really good Paladin classes. They just nail it like every time for me. Right, so I've done all that. Okay, let's do this. Right, Chernobog is PvP, so I'm not doing that. Brown Mica, I'm not doing that either, because I can't be asked to go do that event. Yes, I'm being lazy. Fight me. Travelling merchant to the north. North? What's the main things they've added? I haven't kept up with it since the enhancement rework. Well, the whole new... What? Diablo. It's quest there, quest there. Go for that one. Yeah, Diablo's got a good loop. Like a good gameplay loop, right? I mean, better since the rework. I own Last Epoch, so my manager at work is the one that got me to get it. But I am a bit of an achievement whore, so I like trying to 100% games. and like, get all the achievements and stuff. And because it didn't have achievements on Steam, I was like, I'm going to wait for the achievements to come, which is supposed to be soon. But when the achievements are live, I'll probably stream it. Be gone, Cobra. Said be gone, leave me alone. Hey, the Keeves. Thank you very much for the follow. Don't know why I put him to sleep. Especially the leveling, all the skills and specialities are unique and good. I mean, it looks good. It looks like it looks like it's done enough to kind of set itself apart. For whatever reason, when I first picked it up, I tried it. I wasn't like blown away, but that's probably due to the fact that I was playing something else. I haven't played a lot of this, but it looks good. It's one of those. This is one of those games. I mean, look, I put in. Let's have a look. 52 hours. There's 52 hours. So that's including the head start stuff as well. This is my third character because I had 2 characters in early access, or head start, or whatever you want to call it, and then. Because I was playing it on, and I was streaming as I was playing, a load of people saying that, you know, that it'd be cool if they could get on the same server. But you can't get onto early access servers. So I was like, I'll just start a brand new character on a free-to-play. We'll make a guild, and we'll do this together. So that's kind of like the way that I have dealt with this. But I haven't... it's another Cobra. But I haven't got bored remaking, you know? Like, the adventure is enough for me. I just enjoy a pretty game. How is the healing? Right, healing's fine. As long as you're specced for it, healing's fine. The problem that you've got is that your cooldowns are quite long. And people are kind of dumb, right? So, people will just run off. And you're like, oh, you're hurt. Okay, because you're hurt, I need to heal you. Why are you all the way over there? I can't reach you from all the way over there. Come here, brother. And you just get into this really weird mindset of like, I want to help you, but you need to help me help you. And that's kind of what happens when you're healing in this. So I think it would be better when you're in a guild. But, you know, I feel like I'm too nice. In that I keep going, okay, well, you know, for a lot of people this is going to be their first MMO, because MMO, I mean, yeah, you got Elder Scrolls Online, and for Xbox players, they've now got Final Fantasy 14. But they're not going to be used to the whole dynamic of, like, having to be healed, having to be within a certain distance from each other, and just, you know, all that madness. But I am getting to that point. Hey, and thank you very much for the follow. Is it more single target healing or AoE? It's both. So, I am... again, I did follow a guide to kind of like give me an idea of what the perfect healer would look like. So I'm currently specced out as that perfect healer using a wand and a bow. And I have one single target heal, I've got an AoE heal, and then I've got a like a regen heal, but that regen heal is an AoE heal, right? And then I've got, if I curse an enemy, anyone who hits that enemy that's cursed, and as long as I keep the curse up on them, they will get healed every time that they hit the enemy. So it's kind of like this is a really obscure one, Warhammer Age of Reckoning, I think the MMO was called. Hey, Jack. I'm not bad, buddy. Just enjoying a game on a school night when I should probably already be in bed. But I'm going to be up until just after 1 because I have a quest to do. And that bloody whale isn't turning up until 1 AM. He's up there. So if I knew to pay attention to the fact that that guy was going to pop up like a whack-a-mole, this would have made probably life a lot easier. He was definitely in that one. Oh, nice. Yeah, my body and mind aren't ready for PvP world bosses yet. Hey, Cam. I am on Justice. You can see that mental loading of me then going, oh, what server am I on? Ah, Justice. Yeah. Also, the PvP stuff, I mean, it's just... I mean, I've heard about people that are, like, guilds that are going in. The boss is, like, on 10% health or, like, 5% health. The guilds are killing off all the players. And then just, like, building a circle around. Like a shield wall around the entire enemy. And then just going, right, we're not letting them get the drop for this, boys. No, that's... I mean, admittedly, it's funny. But that's also, like, hella toxic, right? How am I finding it? I mean, 50 odd hours in, I'm still enjoying it. This is like my 3rd character as well. I just regret the going for a healer build while leveling. But other than that, it's a gorgeous game. And like for that alone, that's keeping me interested and hooked. And you know, for a free-to-play, I can't really complain because of the quality of the game. Well, I'm glad you can't do it anymore. Get in the bag. Stupid Amatoy. Did I go a healer yet? Yeah, so yeah, they're not going to be, are they? So I think I'm going to end up having to go equip a sword and shield, so I can go be tanky healer. See, my last time I was RuneScape, I ended up getting to level 50 in 2 days. That's fair. Which, admittedly, if I wasn't a healer, I probably would be. I would have smashed through my levels because I'm the same. I sit down, I have a goal, I go pew pew, and I go noom. It's just right now noom doesn't work that well for me. No, not Codex. I mean, yes, by Codex there. Have I not picked up loot? I picked up loot. Oh, Claymore. Also, I love that my only response is I want to go noom and go pew pew. Have you seen the new MMO by the creator, but by one of the original creators of RuneScape, Northern Shore. Is it Northern Shore? Is my Discord open? Because pretty sure it's Northern Shore. It's releasing next month. I have a feeling it's not called Northern Shore now. This is going to annoy me. This is genuinely going to annoy me. I think it's that, but more. You know, they've said it's free to play. Was it not? I'm checking my Discord because I put the post up. Brighter Shores is what it was called. Brighter Shores. And I think that game looks fantastic. And his family have a great what, Mike? Brighter Shores, yeah. So it's made by the same people. It's made by some of the people that made the RuneScape. The Steam page is up and it's been up for a while, but it just looks gorgeous. Like for the type of game that it is, and considering the fact that they've just kind of gone, oh, what did RuneScape do, or what did we do with RuneScape, and what can we do a little bit more of? It just looks really cool. It's 3 classes, tons of like skilling that you can do. The only thing is that they use, it's not like open levels. It's all done on a grid-based system. So you then move into those grids, and if there's too many people in those grids, it then implements phasing. So then it just puts you on that, level 2, phase 2. So then enough people can get in there, but I think it prioritizes your friends and guild members and stuff. It's out. I think it was November 30th or November 28th. I would post the link to the article if I could, but Discord, not Discord. TikTok doesn't like links. Okay, I am rolling it in the right way. I mean, alternatively, respawning.co.uk, the news article and trailers there. I can tell you that, because I posted that news. Go away, Armadillo. What's there to do? So I'm going through the whole... can I have a quick look at your skill levels? Yeah, Harry, if you give me a second. I mean, I should be fine here. So I'm currently level 5 with the wand. And I've gone down the recovery base, apart from the fact I started to get a little bit annoyed. So I've started to put some points into damage as well. So I've gone melee defense, attack speed, and deep pain. And for damage, I've gone base damage plus 4. I'm going to leave that up just while I take my hoodie off. So I'm going to turn my camera off. Because otherwise I'm going to become... Well, might as well start streaming on OnlyFans, right? Which I would have did. Oh. Got everything you need from that, Harry? Or have you got suggestions? The only reason why I'd put some stuff into weapon mastery chem is because, one, because I was struggling to deal damage, but two, I didn't want to not perform well while healing. And so what is this to do? So I mostly do story stuff, so I'm following along with the main quest. There's daily quests which you can generate pretty much at any time, but you do have an overall allowance. You got guild wars, you got pets and mount farming, you've got dungeons, you've got public dungeons, so you've kind of got the sort of stuff that you would expect to come with an MMO. But there's a lot. I'm also quite happy that, to an extent, I only have to have one character if I'm happy to like continuously grind things out. There we go. See how quickly that guy like killed that? Yeah, okay. And you've got your expeditions. So the pets that you've got, like my little guy here. There he is, having a whale of a time. They also serve a different purpose as well. So they can heal you as long as you've got the right items to enable them to do so. Don't you dare. Don't you do it. Get out of the way. And you can also send them out on expeditions. So the whole idea of the expeditions is they're going to bring you back crafting materials. So for me, one of the things that I need... Don't you do it. Thank you. I need a salt. So early on, you get, like, when you get to like level 20, you get a quest to do, like, learn cooking and stuff. But they actually want you to learn like cook recipes that are level 2 or 3. And even though the majority of the items you can actually buy from the in-game, the like NPC stores, merchants and stuff, salt, like the most basic bitch of things, is an absolute ball ache to get. And it's just because of how low the drop rate is. So what I've ended up doing is just sending all my expeditions out. Because what I don't want to do right now is, while you can technically use your currency that you get from the battle pass, I don't want to waste it. And that's just because I want all of the weapon skins from the battle pass. And I will get them. I will get them all.
Thanks, Moonlight, thanks to you.
Collects the handwritten notes. So I'm really bad at finding stuff. That's going to be the one thing that you're going to watch or notice while I'm doing this. Stu, what's the best way to get purples? Outside of dungeons, the easiest way is through your lithograph book. So go into your lithograph book. If I go into my greens, you can see here is the example with the crossbows. If I put these 4 green crossbows in, it's going to give me a blue crossbow. And then the same works on the other side. You put in 4 blue things, gives you a purple. That's your quickest way while leveling up. Like, personally, but that's because I take my time. Like, I'm happy to redo dungeons. I'm happy to... South. So go that way. I'm happy to redo dungeons. So, like, I was very lucky in that I'm using... I mean, only blue, admittedly. but these are drops from the dungeons. So, given a bit of time, I enjoy the grind, and you have to with a Korean MMO, right? I'm level 37. Dungeons and open world dungeons, yeah. So with the open world dungeons, that's what you spend your abyssal contract tokens on. So every time that a monster drops something, it basically costs you a token. I have opened pouches, and I was very unlucky. I was so unlucky I don't want to talk about it. That's how bad it went. I think I was given a load of green weapons. I would have been okay if they gave me salt. Give me salt, I'm happy with that. I'll take that every day. I'm a little disappointed with the lack of healing skills, but running bow in 1, do you have mana? I've only run out of mana once in a dungeon, and it was a particularly bad run in the second dungeon. Against the Chimera, so the Roaring Temple. Outside of that, I haven't had... What am I doing it? I haven't had that much of a problem. But I do agree.
The desert.
I'm on EU. I was going to start then trying to do different accents to see if I can throw people off, but if my voice already does that, where's the fun in it? I am on Justice. Ride the sandstorm to your destination. I'm probably going to get very sad very quick for this, aren't I? Let's go! Oh, I'm upset about that. Oh, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. If you run open world dungeons with a pipe, you should be fine unless you're a tank. Yeah, so that's the thing that I've kind of realised as well. So going into the open world dungeons, I was like, oh, this will be fine, it'll be like everything else, I'll just take it slowly. But by the time I've killed 1 or 2 things, I've then got 2 or 3 things that then spawn behind me that are also running in my direction. Yeah. So from a healer perspective, the only good thing that you get out of the staff is the mana regen ability, which is cool. Like, I can't knock it. But personally, I haven't been in that position where I've like spunked so much mana that I'm screwed, right? And worst case scenario, I do have pots. Yeah. Well, yeah, I wouldn't even say it's like just from partying up. You get punished if you're not in a guild. That's where the real punishment is. And depending on who you get matched up with in parties, that some would say that's punishment enough. Milk bottles are great for mana. Okay, that's good to know. It took me forever to find a guild that doesn't keep you drugs. That was my peeve. Yeah, I think... I mean, I'd rather have a... I don't know if they still do it in WoW, but you had like the dragon token system. I mean, I think it was a mod. But I'd rather have that than someone dictating who's getting the loot. But that just depends on the type of guild that you're in, right? I mean, if you surround yourself with arseholes, you're going to get treated like one. I'm London staff, and it's good solo. I just group sleep and big fireball, big fireball, boom. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's what I was doing in the start, and I miss it right now. I'm trying to find one of the early access servers that I can get a decent guild in. I was on Ezekiel. I don't think I joined a guild, so I can't really recommend anything there either. I mean, right now is dominated all content by one guild group called Disaster. They have Disaster XYZ and V or Field to 70 hogging content. That is crazy. But the way that some people are dealing with guilds, I've been saying earlier on that people were transferring to the Korean servers, getting all this advanced equipment that we don't have access to, but because everything shares the same files, they're then bringing it back and then dominating that way. I mean, that's frightening. Do you like nostalgia? What, as a concept, or have I missed something? Do I like nostalgia as a concept? I like kind of feeling nostalgic about things. And then I go play RuneScape or Minecraft. Am I nostalgic right now? A bit. Because you get to a point where all Korean games feel the same. And I liked Lineage 2 and Guild Wars 2 when it first came out. Yeah, yeah. I'll be honest with you. That's kind of why I'm still. It's one of my draws to this. It's been a while since I've played a Korean MMO. Because like outside of this, I mean, I've been playing Once Human. I don't know if you call it an MMO, but I'm going to think of it as an MMO. MMO survival, I suppose. Prior to that was Final Fantasy 14. And like over the last 2 years, I think they're the only MMOs I've played. So I don't think I've overshot my target by quite a margin. No, I haven't. It's all okay. Wait, what time is it? Okay.
Look at the view.
Oh, right, yep. Okay, if I read the quest, I wouldn't be so lost. Which is going to be a reoccurring theme. Map, what time is it? 53 minutes until it's night. Okay, so this is a quest that we're not doing today. I mean, that was weird, right? Just looks like someone just turned up and just pinched something from me. So ignore Queen's Blessing for now, ignore that one.
tons of monsters near the oasis.
I guess that's what we're doing.
Is it because of the water?
That's where we're going, boys. Okay, let's go get that actually. It's kind of on the way.
Here lies the impregnable fortress, guarded by giant ants. Even the magical forces of Arceum could not occupy this place. There is a legend that the very same power which made Stoneguard barren created a giant and cruel Queen Ant.
We've all got a horror story. Yeah, staying away from the public dungeon. Get off, spiders. I feel like this is the highest concentration of quests that I've had so far. Like, everything is just on top of each other. Oh, my ass is done. Oh, there's two salmon right in front of me. It's a quest, it's a rare spawn. Hit it, don't let it run away. Yep, too close now. I also feel like this is the first time I haven't pulled everything in the vicinity. No, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, you don't get to reset. Why do you reset? I mean, in some ways, kind of glad he did now. Now that I've got help. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, I feel like I need to change the skill around. It'd be nice to have a little bit more DPS while leveling. Wrong window. That one. Sorry, I'm just quickly checking how... So I'm still kind of new to this whole, like, streaming in multiple places and just being an adult in general. So I'm currently streaming on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. And, you know, you get given a lot of information. And I'm just like, what does it all mean? And I always just stop to look at, the, like, probably the worst time. Okay, yeah, actually, I want to do it that way. You're going to make me change passives, aren't you? Okay, we can ignore that for a second. To be fair, you've been super descriptive, so new players, I think, could definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, what, the... making a different loadout? Or do you just mean in general, sorry? Oh yeah. See, I just think I a good boy at helping. But that's kind of what I always look at streaming as, right? Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not really playing like competitively at anything. And the amount of people that have, you know, started playing this because I've been playing it. It's the same with Sword Art Online. I mean, sure, I've had some people come into my chat and go, "The game you're playing shit." But there are also people that haven't played the game either, so... I just think it's good to be slow, take your time, and talk about what you're playing. Also sounds stupid, but I only just realised today leveling up your active and passive skills raises your combat power. So with that one, do you know what? I didn't realise that it raises the combat power as well, but it makes sense. And yeah, the weapon power is something that took me a while, because I was like, oh, you're giving me these training Gs? Like, what does that even mean? So I just ignored them, and they probably expired. Ah, yeah, fair. Yeah, we've all done it. I think that's the beauty of it, the fact that we've all wasted some of the resources that we get in game. Also, I feel like this is like the one time, like normally in MMOs I'm pretty good with like using my mouse buttons, but for some reason this has turned into a very clicky MMO for me, and I don't know why. I don't know when that happened. Another tip, if your storage is full of equipment you don't need, you can dissolve it into dusts. That is good advice. Or you can be a dumbass like me, and you can just use your gold to upgrade them. And then just learn your lesson. It's like playing Resident Evil 4 where you're manually putting... and early Diablos as well, actually. Where you're trying to maximise the amount of space that you got. And I think that's just the experience. But the beauty really is, right? The season pass, it doesn't ask you to do anything like bespoke. It doesn't go like, oh, you need to go and do these very specific things in certain locations. But it does say, oh, dissolve some equipment. And if it wasn't for having those reminders pretty much daily, and I also get rewarded for it, I probably wouldn't do it, and my inventory probably would be bloated as fuck. On attack speed.
For now, I'd like to...
Defeat starving ants. In an event. So we're going to ignore that event. Nope, nope, missed it. Ah, ho, ho, ho. Nearly. I love those hook shots more than I can actually describe. I say that as I balls up multiple times. Up you go. Thank you. Oh, it's talking to me. Nearly won. Thank you for the reminder. Well, I know, Mysterious Light, you want me to follow you. But I've got more important things to do, so jog on. Alright, Starlight Observatory. I appreciate you, KD. Right, so I'm very awkwardly, while we're waiting, I'm going to go and get a drink. I'm going to turn my camera off so I can get said drink. But also so I can vape. Haha. So I will be back in a minute. KD, hold down the fort. You're in charge while I'm gone. Yeah, KD's a drivey boy. He go Brom. What, the throne emote? It was another one of the emotes. It's a part of the higher tier of head start packs. So while we've got 3 minutes to spare, so the early access pack it came with a few outfits. One of which is this one. Which it's probably one of those ones that you see everywhere. And while the purple looks cool, especially because of how detailed it is, and the fact you can take the cape off, you can also change the colour. Like full slider support for it. And you can change the... Let's have a look. The other metal, and you can also change the light as well. Patterns are still something I find kind of weird. But you can put patterns on there as well. But I just don't know how you unlock it. Then there was this outfit. Which originally I hated. Until it was pointed out to me that actually it looks better when it's dyed. And we'll take the accessory off again. Like, that actually looks pretty cool when you've dyed it. And then you got the... you had the emote. It does feel a little bit like Akobad, you're right. Then you got the emote that you saw me with the sit down. And then there were a few morphs. So you've got the... I will quickly move over my screen so you can see it a little bit better. So it came with the Shadow Lion. That was from the Battle Pass. I think you might have started with that one. The Radiant Wolf. Okay, let's focus on this first. Thanks, KD. So it's the equivalent of waiting for a bus stop, I find. Because even though it should be here at a certain time, it's going to be running late. Yeah, so that was the part that I was just trying to remember. We were looking at the morphs, weren't we? So the Cerulean Cygnus was a Twitch drop. The Shadow Wyvern was from one of the tiers of the early access packs. And the Radiant Swan was also the higher tier of that one. And then swimming, you got the Shadow Shark. And then the Radiant Otter. Which, the Radiant Otter is probably my favourite one. But I also really like the Shark. And I think that was everything that came in the packs. Oh, and there were some Amatoys as well. So you got this cute little guy. And the Radiant Lulu as well. I think that was it. I think the others were from the still active Amazon launch. I'm on a different server, but he's by Furnace Basin. You can probably find it's exactly the same. He probably follows that exact same route. There he is. Just making his way over the distance there. So the reason why I need this is because I hadn't jumped on there yet to get the powerless little doll. So that's quite literally the only reason. A quest that I should have done, what I think, like 18, 19, 20 levels ago. Yep, I always press C. Yeah. Yeah, from memory, that's where he is. This will be the third time I've done this quest now. I think that's why I hesitated to actually just go and do it. But for anyone that isn't aware really about how the game runs, so the more you get of one of the three types of mount. Yeah. So the first time was with the first character when I first started and I was streaming on the early access server. The one was the character that I made to play with you. And then there's this character which I made on this server. So that's in total 3. You remember? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it was probably to my benefit that I got far enough, because otherwise I probably would have gone a bit crazy. I just really didn't want to come into this game as a healer blind. I feel like that would have been nuts. It really is like waiting for a bus. I believe so. In the same way that they've also got access to... so they've got a different region, they've got tier 3 weapons, they've got different bosses and stuff available to them as well. So that's why, or how, I don't know if it's been patched yet, there were guilds that were using their free server transfer to move them to the Korean server so they could, one, buy up a load of resources, because things cost differently over there. Also did a few quests, so they got some gear that wasn't available to us, and then have come back and have started like rolling over some of the competition because no one can compete. I don't know if they've has any penalty or anything like that, but that's what happened. Well, that's kind of what you would expect, right? You would expect them to sell it on the auction house, but that I think that's kind of what makes this game a little bit unique, right? In that you can either keep the stuff for yourself, or you can go on the auction house. It doesn't matter how rare it is; it can go on that auction house. God, this is the longest bus. Okay, so I'm just going to stream now. I'm just going to vape on stream because it's not going to be that long until it's bedtime. Is he going the other way? No, that's too low for me to jump over. I do just love how you can see everything. You know, there's the main town. There's the lighthouse where you had to do that. Yep, there's the lighthouse where you had to do that stupid quest where you had to not drop the item and land it on the certain place. And for me, I feel like I've said it a lot today, but it's one of the reasons that I'm just drawn to this game because it is pretty. The only real problem is when you're waiting for the bus. I genuinely hate that whale right now. What's that buff? Wow. It is taking its time. Oh yeah, the first time you see it is you open the door. So it's something that I need to do. But I find being a healer, you know, 1 through to 6 is quite easy, and 7 to be fair, on my like MMO mouse. So I've got my buttons on the side, and then my bow abilities, I'm just clicking. So I definitely need to change my keybinds to make them more comfortable, so I can use everything. Because I would in any other game that I play. But for some reason here I'm not. Even if it's the extent of... I would usually use... bow works as a support weapon. It is one of the more... I hate referring to them, but as you look at tier lists for builds, wand and bow is up there. And it's mainly because you get Purifying Touch and Nature's Blessing. Perhaps is weird to me. I don't know why I'm finding that weird. But to be fair, in other games I would be using Q, E, and F. I mean, one sword and shield that's your paladin build, right? And all I hear and all I've seen is just people being it taking a lifetime to take them out in PvP. That's the thing that I'm seeing a lot of. But also, they would work really well as an off tank. Yeah, see, everyone's learning something today. Yeah. Yeah, because realistically, when do you strafe? And most people hold down right click and use W to move. Right? You're just emulating what it's like to use a controller. The only thing in this is like Q is your block. E you don't really need because you're right clicking. And any ability that you use is starting your auto attack. C confuses me for your transformation. That's why when I keep pushing it, I never expect it to... I always expect it to open up my character dial, right? Or my character sheet. Ah. Yeah, pings. Look at that whaley boy. So the astral vision, you can use it to highlight enemies. You can use it to highlight other players. So it can be a really cool tool. There you go. So it's telling me how far away these terror birds are, and I can actually click that to attack that, like to target them. But you can use it to highlight your party as well. I realise I'm saying, and then I'm just like hovering over it like, this is what it does, guys. But you can't really see that on TikTok. The UI took a little bit of time for me. But to be fair, I mean, you can edit your layout in this, which is a nice little touch. So while I don't necessarily need the ore, I'm just picking it up while I'm there. The UI is buggy on console. Is this your first MMO? I feel like for your first MMO, for it to be a free MMO, that's probably a pretty good shout, to be honest. I would say it's worth sticking up. Sticking with. Because there's not a lot else that's like this. Sometimes the menu's bugged, so you can't press anything. Yes, yeah, I have seen that. I have seen those bugs. And it's actually on the PC version as well if you're using a controller. Right, so I've actually got everything I need. So I'm going to get off this boy. Yeah, KD was suffering with the problem like extensively. I mean, there are other things that KD was struggling with as well, and not all of them were the game's fault. But the ones that were like everyone was reporting. That green boy. Hey, you stick out like a sore thumb, Jesus. Yeah, great sword and wand. I can imagine being quite hefty. Like you got your heals. You can cast people, and you're going to deal a great deal of damage with a greatsword. Yeah, at least on most armors anyway.
What is the weather? Hmm? Did you bring another Amitoi?
Amatoi?
Oh no. This guy's out of vent. If I push the cotton back in and sew it back up like this.
Yeah, but if you came from RuneScape, like, any grind is better than the grinds that you had in RuneScape.
That Amitoi seems to have taken quite a liking to you. Take good
Amatoi?
care of it.
It's everything then. I mean, the best thing that you can do then is what I would always do. It's probably an anime. What I always end up doing, if there's a voice that I recognise, I go straight away to in that movie database because it bugs me as well.
Ahoy! You're here, matey. Come back when you have
Take a
enough
gander.
fun. There's nothing we don't have.
Many have died because of this evil man. Phew.
Yeah.
Take care.
So that's the bit that you need to kind of get used to moving. So a lot of people have suggested to me using R or E. So I've played a lot of games recently, Ed, that are using AI in them. It doesn't, for me, that doesn't trigger any alarms. But what I'm going to say, I do have work in the morning, and waiting for that flying bus took longer than I was expecting. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to leave it here on both on YouTube and on TikTok. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining me through this today. Thank you for all the follows. And if you haven't followed yet and you want to see more of what we do, you know, send us a follow. Whoa, whoa, okay, 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 whoa, whoa. Thank you, Katie. Thank you for, like, genuinely, thank you. That just completely threw me. But yeah, so thank you very much, guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the follows. And thank you for the gifts, Katie, and scaring the shit out of me at 20 past 1. And thank you for the follow. But yeah, look, take care, and I'll catch up with you all next time. Peace out.